Old dog boxing, motherfucker. In one of my earlier videos, the title of the video is Will Keyshawn Davis make Shakur Stevenson look bad by knocking out Edwin De Los Santos? Obviously, by the name of the title, I made this video before Keyshawn Davis missed weight and Edwin De Los Santos decided to pull out of the fight. But in that video, I talked about how I have high hopes for Keyshawn and how I believed in Keyshawn Davis. But man, did I speak too soon. Keyshawn Davis got me looking bad out here in these YouTube boxing community streets because in that video, I talked about how I believe that Keyshawn Davis, if he keeps doing what he's been doing, Keyshawn Davis would potentially become the next face of American boxing. But after this weekend, I don't know about all that anymore. Keyshawn Davis is out here crashing out. And we're going to talk about all that in this video. But before we do, make sure you hit my like button. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But let's get right into it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that Keyshawn Davis missed the weight. He came in 4 pounds overweight. He weighed in at 139 pounds, almost at 140, a whole nother division. And he had no choice but to relinquish his WBO lightweight world title. And in my opinion, I think that he never tried to make the weight. I think that he came in 4 pounds overweight to have a weight advantage on Edwin De Los Santos. And as if Keyshawn Davis really needed another advantage. Like, come on, man. Keyshawn Davis is already the much bigger fighter than Edwin. And it was so obvious. Second, Edwin De Los Santos was coming off of 2-year layoff. He hasn't fought in 2 years. He's super inactive, right? All kinds of ring rust. He was having all types of blood clots in his brain. And even with all that going on, Keyshawn Davis still wanted to have another advantage. Yo, that is nasty right there. So, yeah, let's call it what it is. Keyshawn Davis wasn't sure that he could beat this guy on an even playing field. It was obvious by the actions that Keyshawn Davis took that he felt like he needed all the advantages that he can get against this guy in order to get the win. And salute to Edwin De Los Santos for pulling out of the fight. There has to be consequences when a fighter is not on his job. And he's undisciplined and just being a dirtbag. Let's call it what it is. Ryan Garcia was a dirtbag for coming in overweight versus Devin Haney. So we have to keep the same energy. Keyshawn Davis is a dirtbag. This is a terrible look for Keyshawn Davis. And you're supposed to be the businessman, Keyshawn. What type of business is this, y'all? This is terrible fucking business. It is what it is. You lose your championship title on the scale, and he lost out on a lot of money, right? He let a lot of fans down, a lot of fans that bought a ticket to come watch you fight. People came all over the country to watch you perform, and you let them down. And the nastiest part was that Keyshawn Davis was at the fight tonight, ringside, laughing, dancing, eating popcorn. Like he didn't just let thousands of fans down. A couple of thousand fans requested a refund. So the promoter, Bob Arum, lost his ass. Bob Arum's probably all like, this is too much. I can't take all of this nonsense. If this is the future face of American boxing, then boy, the boxing here in the American Union is in trouble because boxing here in the US is already on a nasty downward slope. And with the guy like Keyshawn Davis leading it, he's just going to burn it into the ground even faster, just dig us a deeper hole. I should have seen this crash out coming because in the interview that Keyshawn Davis did recently with Najee from Cigar Talk, Keyshawn was talking about how he understands why Tank Davis moves the way he moves, and he understands why Tank Davis doesn't want to fight him because once you reach the top of the food chain, like Tank, you can afford to cherry pick and you can start doing all this stuff, right? So I now see what Keyshawn Davis was doing in that interview. To a certain degree, he was projecting. He was just telling us how he really felt. And he really thinks that he's above the sport and he could just do whatever he wants, like Tank. He really thinks he's on a Tank level. He really thinks he could just do whatever he wants to whoever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. And there's not going to be any consequences. This shit is nasty, man. And what's even more fucked up is that it gets worse. So, on the same card that Keyshawn Davis was supposed to headline, his brother Calvin Davis took on Nahir Albright in the co-main event and ended up losing. And so, because Nahir Albright defeats your brother, beats him fair and square in the ring, Keyshawn and Keon Davis now decide to go and follow Nahir into his locker room and roughen him up, leave a big knot on his head. And I know he had to have got it from the aggravated assault that was committed by the Davis brothers after the fight because Kelvin Davis did not land anything of that significance during the fight enough to leave a lump like that. So, because your brother Kelvin sucks and is not a good boxer, you're going to assault a better man than him? Yo, that just makes no sense, man. I'm telling you guys, I spoke too soon. I take all that back that I said about Keyshawn Davis being the next face, right, of the sport. This dude is a scumbag. He's a sociopath. I believe that Top Rank should give this guy the boot. Maybe send his ass packing to Saudi Arabia so then Turkey could deal with his ass. I don't know. At least that way Bob Arum could still collect his 20% whenever Keyshawn Davis fights on one of Turkey's Real season cards. Because you got to remember, if Bob Arum, Top Rank, decided to give this guy the boot, Turk Al Sheik did make this guy a ambassador for Real season. So technically, if they do fire his ass from Top Rank, hey, it's basically Turkey's problem now. Or we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, if you made it this far this far into the video, I want to thank you for fucking with me and listening to this rant. Um, but that's all I got for this one, guys. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section, and I'll catch you on the next one, man. And if you don't know, well, now you know. This has been your boy O Dog Boxing, and I'm out this.